Welcome to the inaugural video of Let's Get Into That. I'm Pop Culture Boyfriend, and what better way to start off the series than talking about blackface in Singapore and why some Singaporeans have no idea what the big deal is. Let's get into that. But before we begin, please like and share this video. The UOL group, along with Pan Pacific Hotels group, had a dinner and dance recently called The Rhythm of the Night, which I can assume is a general dance theme because not everyone lets loose and dance during D&Ds. Because this event is with people you work with and they don't know you like that. It was held at the Sand Grand Ballroom at Marina Bay Sands. Fancy, been there before when I was working in the bank. So the photo and video that everyone saw was posted 10 days after the event. And since then, UOL has apologized. But they didn't say if the people in the photo were employees or whether they've taken action against them. I believe we have to touch on the history of blackface because some people in the comments weren't getting it. Blackface has roots in centuries-old European theatre, notable in Shakespeare's Othello. In the 18th century, European immigrants to the US brought blackface over. And in the 19th century, it became popular in the US through minstrel shows. Now that you're caught up, here's the problem. The stereotypes. It portrayed African Americans as lazy, ignorant, criminal, just to name a few. And if you're familiar with US politics, you might have heard of Jim Crow laws, which were state and local laws that were introduced in the South that enforced racial segregation. But don't worry, they all overturned by 1965. And if you're wondering who Jim Crow is, he's considered one of the first minstrel characters, created by someone in 1828. And now let's come back to Singapore in the 21st century. There will still be people donning blackface and not see anything wrong with that. Perhaps they're not as exposed to world history or arguably history that matters the most. Sadly, there are 8 people in this photo and no one had second thoughts when this idea was brought up. You can suggest that the introduction of the internet and modern society has made people soft or sensitive, but I prefer to see it in a different way. Because we know more about each other thanks to the media and the internet, we become more sympathetic to one another. We learn something about a country and culture and go, that was a bad time in history. Let's not recreate that. There were people comparing it to Racial Harmony Day, where kids in school are encouraged to dress up in a cultural outfit that's not your own, which is not the same because blackface in popular culture has negative intentions. So this is a discussion whether you're blissfully ignorant about the history and you innocently just want to dress up so you can win best costume, which they did by the way, or you knew about the history and said, screw it because that's not your problem. Unfortunately, it became someone else's problem because remember, a D&D is several hours. They were sitting in costume for several hours. Can you imagine how uncomfortable other people felt? And as if a photo wasn't enough, a video was released of them dancing on stage. It'd be your own people snitching on you.